Which game series would you argue objectively has no bad entries?
Right, apparently we're back on the bi-hourly response to Marv, but I've got a couple answers and I'm going to cheat a little. I'm just going off the basis that you said it has no bad games and you didn't say they're all great. That's what I'm using here. Now, first of all, I'm going to say Borderlands. I know people have very mixed opinions about 3. For me, it's a good game. I genuinely think it is a very good game. The rest of the series, I don't think there's an argument here. Yeah, the prequel was kind of pointless, but other than that, these are great games. Now, my next answer might be a controversial one, but hear me out. Next answer's Far Cry. I'm sorry I'm missing one. It's in the post, I promise. I genuinely firmly believe there is not a bad Far Cry game. I know people have mixed opinions about 6 and Primal. Oh, and New Dawn. No, it was awful. But I'm using the cheat that this is the mainline Far Cry series, not the side games. So technically, it counts. Let me have this one. But no, I took a very long time to get into Far Cry. The first one I sat down and actually played was Far Cry 5, and to this day, it is one of my favourite games of all time. Far Cry 5 is incredible. Far Cry 6, it was a good game. I don't think it deserves the esteem of any of the other Far Cries, really. It wasn't as good as any of them. But I genuinely sat down and enjoyed the whole thing. I played through the entire lot, and I loved it to bits. I also want to mention the Just Cause games. I believe the early ones are heavily underrated, and the new ones deserve a bit more credit just because people aren't really talking about Just Cause anymore. But I've got to say, I'm yet to play through 4. 3 was incredible. I ended up getting it on sale with all the DLC packs digitally for like £2. It was an insane find. There's also the argument for the Elder Scrolls, but I never really got into anything pre-Oblivion. And to be honest, it's just so overdone at this point that we just need a new game. I can't call any game good when it's been relying on, 12 years of just constant steamrolling. It's getting exhausting. That and the Elder Scrolls Online's a whole other situation. Bit of an out there one, but if it wasn't for Guitar Hero Live, I'd be saying the Guitar Hero series. I know people weren't massive fans of 4 or anything, but I still liked it. Rock Band deserves a shout, especially given that it's the actual original creators of Guitar Hero. But again, 4 just kind of fell flat. It's a good game, it's too much Rock Band back to back, Same problem Guitar Hero had. And depending on whether you count the new Modern Warfare games as part of the same series as the old ones, then I'd argue the original Modern Warfare series. No, I didn't really have enough time in them, the new Modern Warfare games, to actually sit down and say, these are good games, these are bad games. As far as I can tell, they're fine, but I've just not had the motivation to sit down and play COD for a while, to be honest. But yeah, again, great question. I'm going to keep stealing your content, apparently, but drop us a follow.